Hello and welcome to Memorial Field in Osseo at Osseo High School, a Northwest Suburban Conference baseball game between the Maple Grove Crimson and the Osseo Orioles. John Jacobson and Darren Lampker with you for today's telecast on Channel 12. And Darren, early season game, Maple Grove 3-1 on the season, swept their two games they had on Wednesday. Osseo comes in at 0-2. We'll talk about both teams in a moment as we give you the batting order for the visiting Crimson. Adam Brandt leading off and playing center field. Isaac Collins at shortstop, batting second. Matt Vogel, the third baseman, will hit third. Charlie Horton is the cleanup hitter. He's the pitcher today. Lucas Burrington in right, batting fifth. Brett Schultze is the DH. He's hit sixth for the second baseman, Mason McMahon. Jaden Roll will play first base and bat seventh. Drew Lewis, the catcher, batting eighth. And Austin Matheson in left field hitting ninth for the Crimson. And defensively for Osseo around the infield, Matt Bezdacek at first, Stephen Fisher at second, Ben Christopherson at short, Eric Lyons at third. In the outfield, Chad Weaver in left, Rudy Alexander in center, Cameron Perner in right, James Woelfel is the catcher, and John Bezdacek is the starting pitcher today. John Bezdacek on your right there, sophomore, left-hander making his first varsity start. No pressure, you're on TV, you get home in the home opener.
Yeah, it's a good way to get your feet wet is getting after the Crimson. And Crimson look like they got a pretty powerful lineup starting out here with Brandt.
Man, the first pitch of the game, Bezdacek, it's a cold strike.
Good way to get started. Come in there and throw strikes. Try to get ahead. You know, that's the key in ball baseball is getting ahead early in the count.
Brandt, a 300 hitter on the season, 3 for 10 on the year, cut and a miss. And Bezdacek working ahead in the count, 0-2. Maple Grove, as I mentioned, coming off a doubleheader sweep last night. They beat Irondale in the afternoon and then came back and beat Champlain Park in a 7 o'clock game, a game that was originally scheduled for Tuesday, but they had a no-show of umpires that day, so rescheduled it for yesterday. So the Crimson coming off a 14-inning day yesterday where it was an off day game-wise for Osseo after losses to begin the week to Wayzata and Centennial.
Brandt did a nice job laying off that last fastball. He chased one earlier on the 0-1 count, and a little more patience at the plate this time.
0-2 pitch, swing and a miss. And Bezdacek getting a strikeout of the Crimson leadoff hitter to start the game. Look at Darby Carlson's been the only coach for Maple Grove since they school opened in the 96-97 school year. Had some great success here throughout the years.
Coach Carlson, he's been the focal point of Maple Grove sports for a lot of years over there, especially in baseball. He knows what he's doing. You know, I was coaching at Armstrong for years, and he's not afraid to play some small ball. He'll fake bunt steal and bunt, and you'll see these kids running today if they get on base.
Isaac Collins, the number 2 hitter. Chops one foul. Collins on the season, 500 average, 4 for 8, a couple of doubles, and a home run, and 4 runs batted in already in the opening week of play.
He's just a flat-out great athlete. Great football player and baseball player, and he's pretty fun to watch.
Outside on the pitch. 2 balls and a strike to Isaac Collins. Matt Vogel on deck. Fouled back, 2-2.
You know, I give Bezdacek some credit here. He's come after these, top 2 hitters in Maple Grove's lineup. You know, Brandt's a stud athlete also, and he's done a really nice job not being afraid and just coming at him.
Looks into Woelfel for the sign. And the 2-2 pitch. Up high, and the count is full.
And you want to try to come at Mr. Collins here and make him put it in play, because if he draws a walk, I'm assuming he's going to be at second pretty quick with the stolen base.
Swings and grounds it through the hole into left field, a base hit. 1-out single for Isaac Collins here in the first inning.
1 on, 1 away for the third baseman.
did a nice job, was patient, turned on it, and found a gap and drove into left field. You know, hopefully, or for Osseo's sake, he can keep him close with the lefty. And lefties are tough to steal on sometimes. And let's really watch this one.
Has a decent lead over at first base. And John Bezdicek delivers high and tight to Matt Vogel.
It's tough as a pitcher when you got somebody with speed at the base paths, and you want to concentrate on the hitter, but you understand this kid's going to take off here at first pretty quick.
Collins holding. Another pitch is delivered high to Vogel. Now 2-0. Throw to first. Collins back in. That's John's brother Matt Bezdicek over at first.
I would assume there was a lot of catch in the backyard between these two growing up and having a good time. He had Collins leaning there a little bit.
2-0 pitch to the plate is a called strike. 2-1 to Vogel.
Coach Carlson's going to bunt his three-hitter here, but it doesn't look like it.
Now the throw, Collins leaning the wrong way a little bit, but he is able to duck back in, throw a little high. Nice job at Matt Bezdicek to keep that from going down into foul territory down the right field line.
Yeah, really nice job catching the ball over there, keeping it in front of him.
Collins is going on the 2-1 pitch. Here's the throw down to the bag, and he is safe. Ball getting away a little bit at second, but not far enough away for Collins to advance another base. But he does get a steal when he's in scoring position. And the count now 3-1 to Matt Vogel.
Just perfect technique. Didn't even look in. Didn't hear the crack of the bat. Put his head down. And I don't not much on the catcher here, but there was much of a chance to get him there. He's probably going to be there no matter what the throw was.
Cut and a miss by Vogel, and the count 3-2. Payoff pitch, fouled straight back. 3-2 to Vogel. Charlie Horton on deck.
It's a big pitch here.
Collins is going, and with ball 4, no throw to third, and Collins with a steal of second and now third.
Just got too big of a jump out there. And I'm a little surprised he went there. You never want to make the first or third out at third base, but I guess you got pretty confident when you got one of the fastest kids in the field out there.
These are the situations that Maple Grove loves to run in that you were talking about with Coach Carlson. He'll get people moving and make you commit in the field, and that's how they've scored a lot of runs over the years.
Absolutely.
Forcing the action. Runner going from first, throw down to second. Collins breaks for home. Almost like I saw that coming. Collins is in.
You must have done a lot of Carlson games back in the day.
A double steal. Vogel into second and Collins home. So a run in for the Crimson. Vogel at second. And a 1-strike count to Horton. Called strike, and it's 0-2.
I must have a bad angle there. That looked a little high, but I do like the fact that you have a big zone. Get these kids swinging early in the season.
Little chopper, Bezdicek bobbles, but recovers in time, and they get the out at first. On to third goes Vogel.
That was a nice job. He patience, and we didn't have to rush it, and knocked it down, threw it over to his brother really nice, and made the play.
one of those plays where if that's hit just a touch harder and gets past the mound, that's an infield hit.
You were right, John. That's for sure an infield hit if that gets past there, because Horton can run.
First pitch to Burrington is low. Burrington 3 for 9 on the season.
Nice job, Wuffle, the catcher, to block that, especially with the runner on third.
This is hit well out into center field. Drifting back and making the catch is Rudy Alexander, and the side retired for Maple Grove. They do pick up a run in the inning on one hit, no errors.
I always like the stat of every time you walk somebody, even though the walk didn't score, but the walk pushed people around, and it's never good. You got to make them earn it.
So look at the Osseo batting order for John Grebner today. Stephen Fisher leading off, playing second base. Eric Lyons, the third baseman, hitting second. Ben Christopherson at short, hits third. Cameron Perna in right field, hitting fourth. Justin Clark is the DH, hitting for the pitcher John Bezdacek. James Wolfel hits sixth. He's the catcher. Matt Bezdacek, first baseman, hitting seventh. Chad Weaver in left hits eighth. Rudy Alexander, the center fielder, batting ninth.
Osseo's got some great athletes out there too. Fisher's long line of Fishers, and he's good speed and does his thing.
Defense for Maple Grove. Jordan Roll at first. Mason McMahon at second. Isaac Collins at short. Matt Vogel at third. Austin Matheson in left field. Adam Brandt in center. Lucas Burrington in right. Drew Lewis, the catcher. And Charlie Horton, another sophomore left fielder, or left-hander, excuse me, is the starting pitcher for Maple Grove. Although saw action last year as a freshman on the mound. This is marked so far this year. He's got some varsity experience coming into this year, which is always a help to get a year under your belt.
It's a big difference to have a little bit of that experience and know what it's like to be on that mound all by yourself, and especially in an inter-district rivalry like this. It takes a couple pitches usually to get you going, but he's already done it for a year.
Fisher, Lyons, and Christopherson up here in the first inning.
Fisher's got some great wheels too, so I wonder if he can get it on and run around a little bit too, like Collins.
Horton's first pitch of the game is in for a called strike. Last year, Horton had a 2-1 record on the mound. Earned run average of 5.25. Fouled away and quickly 0-2. The count to the leadoff hitter, Fisher.
Did a nice job of getting ahead of the hitter here, Horton did. Fisher's going to have to battle here to get back ahead of the count.
Range up high, 1-2. Fisher looking for his first hit in this young season. 0 for 3 to start. Grounds this one up the middle, and this will be a base hit. So Fisher has his first base hit of the year. Osseo with a single to start the game.
Well, nice job pushing it right back up the middle. Patient. We'll have to see if the Orioles try to run here like the Crimson did. Get some people moving, but you got Horton a lefty. He's always, those lefties are tough. If they have a decent move, they'll usually keep you close.
Hey, come on, he wants everything. Oh, baby! Oh, get!
Fisher not going on the first pitch. Popped up by Eric Lyons. Left side of the infield. Shortstop Collins makes the catch. One down.
A little bit of fake bunt there. Tried to bring in the infield in, and they got a little shift move in, and it was like a little softball fake bunt slap there.
One on, one out, and the batter is Christopherson. Been 1 for 5 so far this season, plus a walk.
Steve, he loves you, kid. He loves you, Steve. Hey, Wolf. Hey, Wolf.
pitches high, 1 ball, no strikes.
Good patience by Christopherson to lay off that.
There's a called strike, 1-1. Good pitch by Horton, you know, lower part of the strike zone, hard to drive up one a lot of times and
absolutely
get a strike call, and the batter doesn't offer. That was out of the strike zone, but Christopherson did swing, and now they got 1 and 2.
That was almost looked like a little half curve screwball thing that kind of got away. Great job by the catcher to keep that in front of him.
1-2 pitch. Lewis has this one bounce past him, and down to second goes Fisher. A wild pitch will move up Steven Fisher into scoring position. 2 balls, 2 strikes now to Ben Christopherson with 1 out in the Osseo first. Orioles trailing 1-0.
Nice job laying off that, especially 1-2 after he chased one before.
Horton's 2-2, called strike 3. We've seen so far through the first half dozen batters in this game, plus that the high strike's going to be called today, it looks like.
Yeah, and that's one thing you got to do in any sport, especially in baseball, is you have to adjust to the umpire. You know, you're not going to know what he likes. He might be low, he might be high, and obviously now you've learned as a hitter, you've watched that you got to be hacking at those up high.
2 away, and the cleanup hitter Cameron Perna taking a strike.
Horton's doing a nice job getting ahead of these guys in early in the count.
The strike zone, 1 ball, 1 strike.
Horton's doing a nice job with the fastball, but he can't control the curveball right now to get over. If Osseo is paying attention here a little bit, they want to try to sit on the fastball here and lay off the curveball until he can throw it for a strike.
Out straight back.
God, I still flinch every single time.
Would have caught me right in the gut.
It's coming right at us. Not up too many games behind the plate. I like to be behind the second base. It's a good spot for me.
1-2 now to Perna. Horton trying to pitch out of a little trouble here in the bottom of the first. Fouled away. Perna stays alive.
This is a good little battle here between Perna and Horton.
One 2 pitch in the dirt. On to third goes Fisher. Lewis able to keep it in front of him but not field it cleanly.
That's a real heads-up play by Fisher. He's reading the down angle of the pitch, and when he sees it down, hits the dirt, he's taken off, and it's a really smart base running play by him.
Now Fisher now at third with 2 away. 2-2 count to Perna. Grounded past the mound, handled by Collins at short, throw to first, and dropped. Did he catch it? No. Dropped at first base by Roll, and everybody's safe. A run is in, and it's 1-1.
Fisher did a nice job there. Read the angle, went down, and scored. God, I think that hit him in the glove. A little bit low.
Yeah, they're going to have to go E3 on that. So run is in. And we are tied at 1 with a runner at first, 2 outs. And Justin Clark, the batter, he takes a strike.
You know, those are the things that hurt when you have a chance to get out of an inning there and you don't.
As a pitcher, you just have to shake that off, know that that's going to happen from time to time, and we'll work on the next batter.
And that's key. You can't control what's behind you there. I mean, normally they're going to make great plays for you 9 out of 10 times, and once in a while that happens.
2 strikes now to Clark. Runner going, 0-2 pitch, fouled away. Clark taking a long look down at third, steps back in.
See if Coach Grubner sends him again here after he did the last one.
Turner not too far off, able to step back easily. Morton looking back in at Lewis. The 0-2 pitch, runner is going, grounded in the hole. It's cut off by the third baseman. Vogel nicely throw to first, and the side retire. Vogel doing a nice job stepping in, makes the throw, the roll, and Osseo is retired.
That's a great play.
Yeah, they got a run. Osseo did, and then a hit and an error and one left on. So we have played one. Go to the second inning. Our score: Maple Grove 1, Osseo 1.
You watch Channel 12 at home. Why not on the go? Channel 12 is online at 12.tv. Watch on your phone, on your tablet. Channel 12 is your local source wherever you go. Just log on to 12.tv. Check out our videos, subscribe to our YouTube channel, follow us on Twitter, like us on Facebook, and even watch live events via live stream. So don't wait. Stay up to date with Channel 12 and 12.tv, your local source.
So, I'm kind of new here, but I've noticed a trend. My human does this funny thing where she goes around and gets all my toys, and then she hides them in that basket by the door. You know, but it's always the same basket, and it's always in the same place. And then she acts so surprised when I find them, but, you know, she's putting them in the same basket. Again. It's like, hello, that's where you put it last time. You were the worst at hide and go seek.
Top half of the second inning. Sean Jacobson and Darren Lamker with you at Osseo. 1-1 game between Maple Grove and Osseo. John Bezdechek's first pitch of the second inning is a called strike. Brett Schultze, the DH, he is hitting today for Mason McMahon, the Crimson second baseman. Outside.
See if Bezdechek can just settle down a little bit. You know, he was a little hyper in that first inning, had a walk and gave up a hit, a couple stolen bases. But now he's got his feet wet, so he should be good to go.
So it's a .267 average on the season. A couple of RBIs for him on the year already. A very good pitcher as well. It's an off day for him pitching-wise. Pops his one up. Wind taking a little bit, and Wolfel unable to make the catch. Blowing it back toward the diamond. And new life for Schultze.
That was tough play. I mean, that was, I was looking for that thing to land right on top of us and blew it right back in. I think Wueffel's only a freshman, isn't he? The catcher for Osseo.
2-2 pitch. This one is hit well out to left field. This will be down in the corner. Oh, foul ball called. Darby Carlson's going to argue with that. You know, that was a fair ball. We'll see if we can see anything on the replay here.
Yeah, that's a great call. That was foul. It hit the left side of the pole there. That was the right call. Left side of the pole, the foul pole, right on the middle of the green fence. thought that had a chance to get out of here in the short left porch there too.
Hey, back to your question, Darren, Wolfall is a freshman and the catcher for Osseo. Back at the plate, Schultz hitting this one foul right side, diving attempt, but unable to come with it was Perna, and it's still 2-2.
Some young kids, you know, a sophomore pitcher, freshman catcher, a sophomore first baseman. A few young kids out there for the Orioles today. But I believe the rest are seniors, if I'm not mistaken.
Time called. Two pitch fouled back. Good battle here to start the second inning.
Absolutely, this is it's crucial for, you know, obviously the Crimson want to get a leadoff hitter on, and Bezinchek wants to get that first hitter out. Get him started on the right foot in the second inning here. Throwing an awful lot of pitches though with this one batter.
This one hit out into left field and diving and making the catch out in left is Chad Weaver for the first out.
Schulte hit the ball hard in that at bat a couple times. Nice catch out there by Weaver. I think if he would have got a little better jump, he might not have had to dive, but it always looks good to dive at the end there.
Especially when you make the catch.
Yeah,
right?
absolutely. You missed that, then you're looking really silly.
Roll taking low and in on the first pitch to him. Roll hitting it past third, deep short. Christopherson up with it, throw to first, high, and took Matt Bezinchek off the bag. We'll give an infield single to Roll, his first hit of the season. One on for the Crimson here with one out in the second.
Yeah, the really only chance there would be to have the third baseman cut that off and make a play there. It's a tough play by Christopherson. He got there, and even with a great throw, I don't know if he'd get him. Looks like a huge lead at first base right now.
Sure does, doesn't it? Roll big lead as Drew Lewis comes up. Takes one low and in. 1-0 to the Crimson catcher. Here's a look at the lead again for Jaden Roll. Gets a throw to first. Post play, and he got back in onto the tag of Matt Bezinchek.
That was really close at first there.
John Bezinchek taking a long look. Time was called.
Bezinchek's showing a lot of poise out there on the mound.
Runner going and throws to first. Now the throw down to second. He'll still make it in safely. Matt Bezinchek's throw to Ben Christopherson not in time. Roll, who broke on the motion, gets down in safely, and he's got a steal and that second base.
You know, it's a great play by the pitcher. It's actually a lucky steal to guess like that and get down in there. You know, I know he didn't turn back.
Way up high, the pitch to Lewis here. And the count goes to 2-0.
He did everything right as a pitcher there, and that's kind of frustrating. You're like, what? I picked him off and he still got it?
He offered at that one. It's a strike. 2-1. Low. And the count 3-1.
You know, I do like Coach Carlson's philosophy. He's been aggressive all day, you know, starting right away, and he's kept that going.
Driven in the air out to right center field. A long run for the center fielder Alexander, who makes the catch, tagging and heading to third as Roll is in safely.
Real good athletic play out center by Alexander. Thought they might have had a shot at him, but it's probably correct for Christopherson to hold it there. You don't want to throw that thing away.
2 away. Roll now at third, and Austin Martinson the batter. Number 9 hitter and the Crimson left fielder trying to get Roll in here in the second. Fouls the first pitch out.
You know what you'd want to do here for sure is make this 9th hitter get a hack here, and you don't want to get to the top of the lineup here if you don't have to, especially at the end here. This is the same position the Crimson were last inning, and they had an error that cost them a run.
Matheson, a good hitter in the number 9 spot so far this year. 444 average, 4 for 9.
Great job by Besnicek here to get ahead 0-2. You don't want to hang something over and give him something really good to hit, but you also don't want to throw something in the dirt here, give up a run on a wild pitch.
0-2. Down and in, 1-2.
James Wolfel, the 9th grader, has really impressed me behind the plate today. He's sturdy, strong back there, and a big kid for a 9th grader. So I think the Orioles are pretty solid behind the dish for some years to come here.
One-two pitch to Matheson. Changeup tapped slowly to short. Christopherson up with a throws to first. Not in time. Matheson beats it out at infield single, get an RBI. Roll scores, and the Crimson lead 2-1.
Let's see this one. I thought that was pretty close. Yeah, it's the right call. He was there. That's just, huge at the plate. He put it in play. You were down 0-2 and battled back, and I give him a lot of credit. That's probably why he's hitting 400 right now, because he's being smart and getting some timely hits.
Had a good jump pitch, got away, and I think Matheson might have made it anyway. He was off in a hurry, so he's down at second. Another steal for Maple Grove. And we're back to the top of the order, Adam Brandt.
I wonder if that was a hit and run there. Brandt kind of swung at something in the dirt there.
Low, and the count of 1-1.
It's another big at bat here. You've got to try to limit the damage if you're the Orioles.
Inside and low, 2-1.
It's not very often, but so far it looks to me the umpires are 2 for 2 on questionable calls. So we'll see how they keep it going.
2-1 pitch, grounded, pass short and into center field. Matheson around, he will score. It'll be an RBI single for Brandt. 2 runs in for the Crimson here with 2 outs, and they lead 3-1.
It's a couple of big 2 out. Brandt had a hit. Matheson had the infield single, but that's a nice job by Brandt to drive in a run there and get another one here big at the end and get Collins back up to bat. Brandt's a heck of a football player and a great athlete also, so sometimes in baseball that just plays together.
And now Collins. Throw to first. They'll throw to second. Got him. So that time, Brandt unable to get down in time the base, and Besnicek gets a pickoff. But Maple Grove does get a couple of runs in the inning. 2 out singles for Martinson and Brandt. And now, after an inning and a half, our score: Maple Grove 3, Osseo 1. You're watching high school baseball on Channel 12.
My new mom and I have a lot in common.
The great outside.
We both love the outdoors.
It's so shiny.
That's not a flower. We both love geology.
Oh, look. An igneous one.
That's not a rock. And she knows a lot about wildlife.
A labradoodle.
That's not a dog. Hanging out has been kind of fun.
You don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. Thousands of kids in foster care will take you just as you are.
Bottom half of the second inning. Well, the fans here today for Osseo. Nice afternoon, a little wind, but after you sit inside for a few months, you're ready to get outside, and this qualifies as a very nice day.
I'd like to see the stats. What is it, the 17th today or whatever it is, 16th?
Yeah.
This is a pretty nice day for April 16th.
The freshman Woelfel, first pitch swinging into left field, a base hit. Second hit of the game for Osseo.
Did a nice job being aggressive there and whacking that first fastball.
Nick Medrano will be the courtesy runner for Woelfel at first. Number 7 hitter for Osseo, Matt Bezdicek. Courtesy throw over to first, Medrano back in.
See if Bezdicek can help out his brother on the mound and driving a run here.
Strike call.
It's a great job by Horton. Got to come over with that first pitch strike, and Osseo recognized it. Woelfel, the freshman, did and hammered it to left, but did a nice job coming right back at him. And the more pitches, more batters you can get ahead, the better you'll be.
Showing bunt, and then does bunt it down. Horton goes to first. Matt Bezdicek, nice sacrifice bunt though, moves Medrano over to second. So runner in scoring position for the Orioles with 1 out here in the second.
Does a great job. It's not an easy thing to bunt sometimes. They make it look pretty easy, but it's kind of tough.
Now Chad Weaver, the left fielder.
Let's go, baby! Come on, Chad! Let's go, Chad!
Number 8 hitter on the lineup today for Osseo.
Oh, yeah!
Out in the dirt, it's stopped by Lewis. Keeps Medrano at second.
And Lewis has done a nice job too, keeping balls in front of him. And Fisher got a couple stolen bases or move up wild pitches, but Lewis did a nice job not letting him go back to the cage.
Well pitch way high, 2-0. Now to Weaver. Alexander on deck.
I would suggest Weaver takes here, but I don't know what Coach Grubner gave him. You know, down 3-1 with 1 out. Might as well get another base runner if possible.
There's ball 4, 4-pitch walk to Weaver. And runners at first and second with 1 out here in the Osseo second. Now ready for Maple Grove.
Looks like Joe Kimmick.
Joey Kimmick warming up.
For the Orioles, number 9, the center fielder, Rudy Alexander.
Rudy Alexander, the batter, number 9 hitter. Get his first hacks today. Takes the first pitch strike.
That's where Horton's been most successful today when he comes across that first pitch strike. Alexander's kind of a tough spot there. After 4 pitches, you almost have to take that first one.
Horton looking back at the runners, delivers, bunted foul by Alexander, who's now behind 2 strikes.
You know, it looked to me that Maple Grove was keeping their third baseman home there. So that leaves the pitcher to cover everything on that side. And if that's the case, that's a great play, because they've got Collins covering second, the shortstop. So you have to leave your third baseman home.
0-2 pitch, cut and a miss, and Horton gets a big strikeout. There's out number 2 here in the second strikeout for Bubba Horton, and back to the top of the Osseo batting order, and Stephen Fisher.
Yeah, that's a big strikeout for Horton there. Alexander needed to put the ball in play there if possible.
Fisher up for the second time, and a single and a run scored in the first, and grounds this one hard. Collins up with it, throws on to first, and makes the play to retire Osseo here in the second inning. The Orioles threaten, but they don't score. No runs, a hit. They leave 2, and we've played 2 innings. Our score now: Maple Grove 3, Osseo 1. We're back with more prep baseball and 12 sports in a moment.
So, I got this new family, and I don't know what it is about this one, but she can't seem to put down that toy all day long. Tap, 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 tap. Oh, and she even talks to it. She talks to that more than she talks to him. What's up, bro? Nice shirt. Who's she talking to? Her mom? She talks to her mom a lot.
Mom, can we get some ice cream? Please, Mom, please.
No, we're having dinner soon.
Please.
You don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. There are thousands of children in foster care who will take you just as you are.
Top half of the third inning on a nice day at Osseo. Maple Grove leading Osseo 3-1 as we move into the top half of the third inning. 2, 3, and 4 hitters that started off for the Crimson against John Bezdicek, Isaac Collins, Matt Vogel, and Charlie Horton. A little tamper back to the mound. Bezdicek over to Matt Bezdicek, and on a pitch, Isaac Collins retired to start the third.
Great pitch by Bezdicek, kind of kept him off balance, and that's frustrating as a hitter. I remember, you know, you wait all 9 batters to get in at bat, and then you hit a little dribbler up the middle. It's then you got to think about it for a while.
Now Matt Vogel, first pitch strike to him. Vogel a walk in the first inning.
Crimson scored every inning so far. The first 2. Osseo's going to have to try to throw up a 0 here at some point.
This one hit out in the air to center. Alexander over toward right, makes the catch. Third put out for him. Quickly 2 out in the Maple Grove third.
2-away coming out for the pitcher, number 9,
Charlie Horton, the batter, with 2 outs and nobody on.
Horton's only a sophomore, hitting in the 4 spot at Maple Grove. That's pretty impressive.
Takes the first pitch strike. Time called by Horton.
I was just going to give Bezdicek a compliment for working very fast. Slowed it down there on me.
Now we'll come in with the 0-1 pitch. Ripped foul. And 2 strikes to count on Horton. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
Looks like the sun's back out, and it's probably going to stay for a little bit here. Well, I don't know, not too much. We'll see what happens.
Some clouds. Outside, 2-2.
Both pitchers struggle a little bit with the curveball today. Early in the season, that's probably a big part of that.
Now the count going full. 3 balls and 2 strikes to Horton.
Hey, thank you.
Mr. Bezdicek had started Horton out 0-2.
We haven't seen a 1-2-3 yet either, by the way, have we?
No. Still haven't. Horton draws a walk.
It's a kiss of death when I said that, didn't I, John?
No, Maple Grove gets a runner on. It looks like we'll get a runner for Horton. Josh Wente will come on and run for Horton.
Number 16, Joshua Wente.
Wente at first. Lucas Burrington, the batter, throw over to first. And Wente back in. Ball driven foul, right side and out of play. Burrington a fly out to center in his first at bat. Back up safely is Wente under the tag of Matt Bezdicek. Runners going. Here's the throw down to second, and then safely another stolen base for Maple Grove as Wente able to gain second base. So he's in scoring position here, and a 1-1 count to Lucas Burrington.
That was a good break off the ball there. It kind of looked like he tried to slide step a little faster. Kind of got caught in the mound there. Bezdicek.
1 ball, 2 strikes now to Burrington. Runner going to third. We'll throw another stolen base. Wente moving up.
It is, as they say, a merry-go-round when they get on the bases out there. They're just going.
The 2, Burrington right at the second baseman Fisher to retire the side. Line drive out, and the Crimson out here in the third. No runs, no hits, no errors. They leave 1. They've left 2 in the game after 2.5. Our score: Maple Grove 3, Osseo 1. We're back with more high school baseball on Channel 12 after this timeout.
There's a shelter pet who wants to meet you. Meet one today. Visit theshelterpetproject.org. Adopt.
Wow, these are really good.
You act surprised. Practice makes perfect.
You don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. There are thousands of teens in foster care who don't need perfection. They need you.
Charlie Horton will go to work on the Osseo Orioles in the bottom half of the third inning. So a 2-run lead for him, and he'll face Eric Lyons, Ben Christopherson, and Cameron Perna.
game's kind of moving a little bit. It's already the bottom of the third, and they've had some runs. There's the curve.
Look at John Grebner, head coach at Osseo. Now it is 5th year as head coach, an Osseo High School graduate himself. Came back to spring of 2011 to lead this team. 10 wins last year. Got a couple of wins in section play. So far 0-2 this year, but looking to change that here today. Need a rally here. Look to do it here in the 3rd inning. As it's hit well by Lyons, and it's down for a hit. So he has Osseo's 3rd hit of the game.
Just at the right spot there. Just got enough of it to get it over Collins' head.
For the shortstop, number 1.
The wind almost brought that back into Collins there.
First hit of the season for Lyons.
It always makes you feel good to get the, what do they call it, the monkey off your back there when that happens.
Yeah, Christopherson, first pitch hitting. Collins up with it. Quick throw to second, on to first, double play. Boy, Collins, quick shovel of the ball to the second baseman, McMahon, who turned and fired a roll, and he made it look easy. 6-4-3, look at that again.
Really nice flip.
Right fielder, number 22, Cameron Turner.
And by a few steps there. Collins makes that look so easy.
So Lions erased and quickly 2 out now for Osseo. And Cameron Perna, the batter. First pitch strike to him.
Got to feel great as a pitcher to throw 1 pitch and grab 2 outs on that.
Another strike call, 0-2.
Horton's kind of feeling his groove right now, getting ahead of some hitters.
Fouled away by Perna. Out of play, still 2 strikes. Perna reaching on an error in his first at bat.
He's going to have to try to battle here to extend the inning.
Horton's 0-2 is way up high, 1-2. Two pitch outside. Perna didn't offer, and it's 2-2.
He's having some trouble with his off speed. He threw a curveball for a strike earlier, but everything else is kind of getting away from him. His fastball has obviously been his best pitch today.
2-2 pitch. Called strike 3. Third strikeout of the game for Horton.
Great pitch. Caught that corner. Really nice.
For Osseo in the 3rd. No runs, a hit. Nobody left on. Now we'll go to the 4th inning. It's Maple Grove 3, Osseo 1.
Looking for these? You drive buzzed. It could be one very expensive ride.
First, you gotta make bail. Then pay me to get your car back.
Your insurance premiums will go through the roof.
And my legal fees just keep adding up. All told, it could end up costing you $10,000.
Buzzed, busted, and broke. Because buzz driving is drunk driving.
Move to the top half of the 4th inning. Crimson with a run in the 1st inning and 2 in the 3rd that broke a 1-1 tie. Take that 3-1 lead into the 4th. Brett Schultze, Jaden Roll, and Drew Lewis coming up here for the Crimson in the fourth. First pitch high.
Bezinchek's got to have a high pitch count right now. We haven't tracked that, but assuming this depends how long this inning goes, might be his last.
2-0 to Schultze. This is grounded to short. Christofferson up with it. Throws to first in time. 1 out. Wasn't hit terribly hard, so Christofferson had to get to it, and they just beat Schultz by a step.
It's a good thing they got a tall first baseman over there. It helps. Nice play by Christofferson. Scooped it up and let it fly. It's so routine in Major League Baseball, but in high school, those ground balls aren't that routine.
Jaden Roll taking a first pitch strike. Roll got that 2-run inning going for Maple Grove in the second with a single. Came around to score. Also had a stolen base. Behind here, the Bezinchek, though, 2 strikes. One ball, 2 strikes. Joe Lewis on deck. 1-2, nice pitch on the outside corner for a strike.
It's a great pitch. He really painted that outside corner with the curveball and brought it back across.
Two-way going on to the catcher number 4, Drew Lewis.
Curveball dropping right in there, second strikeout.
Good job framing it by Wolfel.
And a strike call to Lewis.
Once you get a ground ball out and throw a few strikes, it's amazing how your confidence picks up, and you're just humming it over there now.
Now a 1-2. Fouled out. You know, you talked to Matter ago about the great job that Wolfel did in framing that pitch. It's one of the sabermetrics, the advanced metrics that they're starting to track at the major league level, how well catchers can frame pitches.
Absolutely. It's a big part of the game. You know, as an umpire, you don't want to be fooled by a catcher, obviously, but there's just human nature. You see him holding it there in that one spot where he's had his hand for a while. It's might get that call more often than not.
1-2 pitch, fouled away. Lewis hangs in there.
Do I dare say a 1-2-3 inning again possibly here? We'll see.
Bezinchek stepping back to the rubber. Another 1-2. Hit in the air to center. Alexander a few steps in, makes the catch. There's your 1-2-3 inning coach.
There we go. There we go.
Osseo is out quickly, hitting Maple Grove out 1-2-3 in the top of the fourth. So we head to the home half of the fourth inning. Our score remains Maple Grove 3, Osseo 1. Orioles up to bat in a moment.
You watch Channel 12 at home. Why not on the go? Channel 12 is online at 12.tv. Watch on your phone, on your tablet. Channel 12 is your local source wherever you go. Just log on to 12.tv. Check out our videos, subscribe to our YouTube channel, follow us on Twitter, like us on Facebook, and even watch live events via live stream. So don't wait. Stay up to date with Channel 12 and 12.tv, your local source.
So, I'm kind of new here, but I've noticed a trend. My human does this funny thing where she goes around and gets all my toys, and then she hides them in that basket by the door. but it's always the same basket, and it's always in the same place. And then she acts so surprised when I find them, but, she's putting them in the same basket again. It's like, hello, that's where you put it last time. You were the worst at hide and go seek.
So the crowd starting to move in as we head to the bottom half of the fourth inning at Osseo. Justin Clark, James Wolfel, and Matt Bezdacek up against Bubba Horton, who will look to keep his 2-run lead.
And with the Orioles kick off their half of the fourth inning, the designated hitter, number 7, Justin Clark.
Horton's done a nice job today getting ahead of some hitters and battle his way all the way to the bottom of the fourth here. See what we can do here. This is a crucial inning for the Orioles.
First pitch of the inning, foul back for a strike. Clark bouncing out to third in his first at bat. Horton's pitch outside, 1-1.
The Orioles are going with the stir-up look from 1993, I would say.
He sported those back in the day at Armstrong.
Yeah, I might have had a few of those on back in the day. Let's not show any pictures of that. They look a little better in them today than I did, I think.
2-1 pitch ripped. The first baseman Roll making the catch on the line out by Clark to start the Osseo fourth. This is about as hard as anything today.
That's tough. You gotta, as a hitter, even though you're out, you gotta take that and say, hey, I hit it hard. They'll fall sometimes. We call those atom balls. You hit them right at them, and that's tough. Maple Grove had one too. I think Burrington hit a liner to the second baseman.
First pitch strike to James Wolfel.
Horton learned there. He threw a first pitch fastball last time to Wolfel, and he hit it hard down the left field line. So he came back with the curveball to start him up with there.
Outside, it's 1-1. This one hit in the air out to right field, drifting back under it and making the catch is Burrington. And it's quickly 2 away in the Osseo fourth.
Two away for number 10, the first baseman, Matt Bezdacek.
Bill Horton's retired the last 4 in a row and 6 of the last 7. Now we'll go to work on Matt Bezdacek. Bezdacek hitting it out to left. This one will drop in for a base hit.
Say Horton was on a roll there for a little bit. The Orioles broke it there a little bit with a little. That's a little justice, that's what happens sometimes. Those little small, soft hits fall, and then your line shots don't. So usually all works out in the end.
Osseo's had a hit in each inning, but so far only a single hit in each inning. And just 1 run on the board. Weaver will try to change that here. Throw to first, and back to him is Matt Bezdacek. Jed Weaver walking his first at bat. The only walk that Horton has issued so far. Another throw to first. Time called now by Weaver. Or another throw to first. Still hasn't come to the plate to Weaver.
He's concerned over there at Bezdacek.
Hit in the air to center. Adam Brandt is in, makes the catch. And Osseo is out in the 4th inning. For the Orioles, no runs on a hit. They strand 1, they've left 4. And we are through 4 innings at Osseo. It's Maple Grove 3, Osseo 1. Back with more Prep Baseball and 12 Sports after this.
My new mom and I have a lot in common.
The great outside.
We both love the outdoors.
So shiny.
That's not a flower. We both love geology.
Oh, look. An igneous one.
That's not a rock. And she knows a lot about wildlife.
A labradoodle.
That's not a dog. Hanging out has been kind of fun.
You don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. Thousands of kids in foster care will take you just as you are.
Move the top half of the 5th inning. John Bezicek, 4 innings of work so far. Allowed 4 hits, 3 runs. No hits and no runs of the last 2 innings. As he's maintained the 3-1 score here. Now the 9-1 and 2 hitters up for the Crimson to start the 5th. Matheson, Brandt, and Collins.
This is a key time for Bezicek here. Some good hitters coming up.
Good hitters and good speed, too, these 3 guys.
Absolutely.
Matheson had an infield single in the 2nd. It drove in a run. Grounds this one to 3rd. Up with it is Lyons, throws to first. Lyons is playing in on that and able to make the play and throw out Matheson.
Yeah, if he wasn't playing in there, the fake bunt kind of caught Maple Grove there. It brought Lyons in and ball right to him.
One away, nobody out. Number 12, the center fielder.
One away, and top of the order for Maple Grove and Adam Brandt.
Single last at bat for him. He did a nice job hitting it back up the middle. I'm used to watching Mr. Brandt run around in the field. He hit it hard.
It's this one deep to right. Perna back and makes the catch for 2, a second out. And you get to coach Adam Brandt for his last time as a high school football player in late June. He's part of the North All-Stars for the high school all-star football game the year the head coach for.
Yeah, I'm really excited. I'm really excited for that. It's a great honor. You know, when you win the conference, you get a chance to do some of those things, and I'm excited to coach Brandt. He's a great kid, and Winnicky and Shopper from Osseo is going to be playing, so I'm excited to see some of those kids.
2 outs, and the batter is Collins.
I almost wish Collins was playing it too, even though he's a junior. He could be one of the better players around.
You're going to have to coach against him one more time in football.
Yeah, he scares me. You know, he can do it all, offense and defense, and when the ball's in his hand, he's pretty impressive. You know, the Brandt kid had about 25 tackles against us last year, and Collins must have had 20 also. So, and they both did well on offense.
1-1 pitch, fouled out of play. 1 ball and 2 strikes.
You know, as good as he is in football, Collins might be a better baseball player from what I'm hearing from people around and getting a chance to watch him. Probably a second baseman in college, but you never know.
One for 2 so far today with a run scored. The older brother, Roman, 4 years older than he was, a tremendous baseball player for Maple Grove, now having an outstanding collegiate career. Went to junior college down in Iowa, now at Florida Atlantic, and having a good season down there.
Yeah, he's a great athlete also.
Popped up by Collins on the infield. Christopherson drifting towards second. Makes the catch, Bezicek. It's his second straight 1-2-3 inning. He's retired 7 in a row. Maple Grove is out in the 5th. Go to the bottom half of the 5th. It remains Maple Grove 3, Osseo 1.
So I got this new family, and I don't know what it is about this one, but she can't seem to put down that toy all day long. Tap, 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 tap. Oh, and she even talks to it. She talks to that more than she talks to him. What's up, bro? Nice shirt. Who's she talking to? Her mom? She talks to her mom a lot.
Mom, can we get some ice cream? Please, Mom, please.
No, we're having dinner soon.
Please.
You don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. There are thousands of children in foster care who will take you just as you are.
Some of the fans who are enjoying the game, a little TV time for a few seconds. We go to the bottom half of the fifth inning. Rudy Alexander will lead it off. They'll be followed by Stephen Fisher and Eric Lyons. Osseo looks to scratch out at least a run here, looking to get back into this. Down 2 runs, 9 outs to go for them. Fouled back by Rudy Alexander. So today we've got Maple Grove Osseo baseball for you on Channel 12, and just over 4 months from now, Saturday, August 22nd, will be a kickoff to the 2015 football season. It'll be our season opener, and it'll be Maple Grove and Osseo, Darren, not too far from here. A few hundred yards away at Carlton, John Hanson Stadium at Carlton Field.
Yeah, it's that's really fun. We get a chance to play on a Saturday afternoon, which will be a lot of fun. And God, I can't remember the last time we've played. Well, it's been a few years since we've had Maple Grove at our field, so we're excited for the challenge and the opportunity. And you know, we got a few kids coming back next year, and so do they. So it should be a really good game.
1 ball and 2 strikes to Alexander. It's Saturday, August 22nd. Everything a little bit different about the high school football season this year as Horton delivers a pitch low and 2-2, with the second year of the Prep Bowl being outside again until the new stadium is built downtown. TCF Bank Stadium's dates booked for the last 2 weekends in November this year, and so the Prep Bowl moved up. The high school football season all moved up. They'll start practice August 10th. They'll be in Labor Day being late this year. 3 games in before Labor Day, as opposed to the usual one, as Alexander draws a leadoff walk here in the 5th.
It's a nice job by Rudy to do that. Leadoff walk's huge. And talking about football, here's one of the Fishers. I've had 3 of them come through, and this is the last one. It's kind of sad to see them, and they've all made their way up to, against my wishes, St. John's, but that's where they usually go. But now it's a great place for them up there. Yeah, it's a lot. Everything's sped up. 3 games before the first day of school. I don't know how big the crowds will be. I'm assuming we'll get a pretty good one for the Maple Grove, but after that, you never know, because we're at Andover and then home again, I believe, Anoka, I want to say.
First pitch is high from Horton to Fisher.
That Saturday game should be a blast. There's going to be a downtown party at Osseo and breakfast in the park, and then there'll be a little parade down the street, and we'll do something after the game also. So it's we're trying to make it a really fun Saturday.
Strike call. Big pitch for Horton. Gets the count even to Fisher, 1-1.
We've had some good rivalries with them, and I think we've won 8 out of 9, but I don't know who's counting that. But it's been a lot of fun playing those guys.
It was a terrific game last year over at Maple Grove. So it'll be a little different atmosphere. That was a Friday night, middle of the season. This will be the season opener. Saturday afternoon.
It'll have a little college feel, hopefully. Yeah. So that's and that's the only thing you don't like to have to play on a Saturday. But it's so early; the college games probably haven't started yet. That's part of the reason high school doesn't do Saturdays, because that's kind of sacred for college. And vice versa, college doesn't do it Fridays; it's sacred for high school.
1-1, runner going, tapped out to second. Collins was breaking towards second, throws to first, and not in time. Collins had broke toward the bag because Alexander was off and running. And the throw to first not in time. So made the play. Fisher with good speed, able to beat it out. And so 2 on and nobody out here for Osseo in the 5th as they get the tying run aboard.
And that's a textbook hit and run there by Fisher. He just got the bat and the ball, and you're not going to throw him out on a slow roller in early April when the grass is a little bit thicker right now. He's got great wheels, and you know, especially at Collins, he has the strongest arm you're probably going to see, and he still couldn't get him.
Showing bunt, but bunting foul was Eric Lyons. It's 1 strike. Lyons today with a single and 2 at-bats.
You know, I saw a little disappointment on Coach Grebner there after that. And, you know, in this situation, this is a sacrifice bunt. You're not bunting for a base hit, and I'm assuming this is what the talk about is right now. Hey, we need these runners moved over. We don't care if you get a hit here. You got to give up your at-bat to get those guys over. And that's hopefully what Coach Grebner is saying in a nice positive way there to him.
Alexander, the runner at second. Fisher at first. Osseo trailing by 2 in the bottom of the 5th.
I'd be surprised to see Maple Grove pitch out here, do something, try to get themselves out of a jam here.
Gordon gets back on the rubber. Looks back to the runner. Now they'll throw back to second. And Alexander ducking in under the tag of McMahon.
And they tried a little pickoff move there.
Oh, 1 pitch, runners going. Here's a throw down to third base and in safely. The double steal for Osseo. Alexander to third, Fisher to second. 2 runners in scoring position now for the Orioles.
You know, Vogel there at third base just had his feet kind of funky there. He needs to find a little bit better way to, you know, straddle the bag in front of it a little more to get a little swipe tag at it. I think he was kind of surprised that the throw was coming. He was looking at the bunt, and all of a sudden here comes the steal. It's a tough position to put a third baseman in. Either he's going to charge or he's not.
0-2 count to Lyons. Out of the strike zone, 1-2.
This is crucial to Lyons here. He just needs to get the bat in the ball. You know, whatever he has to do, right side, left side. Obviously, you'd prefer right side up the middle to get that run home. But whatever you do here, you get the bat on the ball and try to avoid the strikeout if possible. Got great wheels on second with Fisher, and any type of single for sure probably scores him.
Vogel even up a little bit. Roll about even with the bag at first. Lewis, good job to keep that one in front of him. And now 2-2 the count to Lyons.
Well, the game was kind of rolling along and not too much intensity. It seems like the intensity's picked up now here in bottom of the 5th, and it's, you know, 3-1 game and tying run on second.
Popped up. Back behind the plate, Drew Lewis makes the catch. Out number 1.
Great play by Maple Grove to get out of that jam there in Horton, but that's probably one of the worst things that could have happened to Osseo in that situation.
1 away, and here's Christofferson.
Now you got to decide, is, you know, Grebner going to squeeze bunt his 3-hitter, or is he going to let him hit away? You know, I personally would probably hit away here just to, you know, he's your 3-hitter, and, you know, hopefully a single scores him.
Bunt, the runner was coming to the plate. That would have been a squeeze run right there, but Christofferson unable to get the bunt down fairly.
And that's the difference in the ball game right now. Alexander might get that bunt down, and Christofferson does here. That's the little things in baseball you forget.
1 strike to Ben Christofferson. Coming off a very good hockey season for the Orioles.
They had a great year in hockey this year. You know, everybody picked them kind of low to the bottom, and they ended up winning their side of the conference and tying it with somebody. That was really impressive. Mark Fino and Kevin Willie are great coaches over there. They do a nice job.
A lot of seniors on that team this year and really came together after 2 really down years in hockey. Christofferson does get this one down. A run is in, and it's 3-2. So couldn't do it on the first pitch, but that time Ben Christofferson, a perfectly laid down bunt. Got a run in. Alexander's in. Fisher to third, and it's 3-2.
And And the best thing about that for the Orioles is he got a base hit out of that. It wasn't even a sacrifice. That's got to be considered a base hit then if they can't throw him out in an RBI.
Runners at the corners. Oh, one-run game. Still just one out here in the fifth. And Cameron Perna, the batter.
The rules of Major League Baseball I saw the other day was a double play ball and run scores. You do not get an RBI on that.
Right. And this one hit the Collins at short, trying to turn two. Gets to one and the first, a double play. Isaac Collins starting another 6-4-3 double play to get Maple Grove out of the fifth inning. That's a couple of big outs for the Crimson. Osseo does pick up a run in the inning on 3 hits. They leave one. We will go to the sixth inning. Our score, Maple Grove 3, Osseo 2.
There's a shelter pet who wants to meet you. Meet one today. Visit theshelterpetproject.org. Adopt.
Wow, these are really good.
You act surprised. Practice makes perfect.
You don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. There are thousands of teens in foster care who don't need perfection. They need you.
John Jacobson, Darren Lamker. Welcome back to Channel 12's coverage. High school baseball. Maple Grove leading 3-2. So Osseo getting a run in, Darren. They get a couple of hits and a walk that last half inning. But then Maple Grove again, the big defensive play, the 6-4-3 double play to end it.
Yeah, that's just huge with Collins up the middle there. And I know we've talked a lot about him, but, you know, to be able to turn that so quick like that. And, you know, their second baseman, McMahon, it's a lot of credit too. He's doing a nice job turning that quick. And, God, getting out of the inning there, that's just was a killer for Osseo. They had a chance to tie that almost for sure.
Bezdicek missing high. It's 1 ball, 1 strike to Matt Vogel, who's leading off the Crimson sixth. Vogel with a walk and 2 at-bats, excuse me.
Sorry, I'm sure Coach Grubner is thinking in his mind, hey, I should have bunted there, you know, the double play ball, but you don't know, you know, especially with your 4-hitter, it's tough to go with that. And it's just one of those things. You hit it right on the screws, and Collins made a great play.
1-2 pitch down the right field line and foul and out of play.
Can't fault Bezdicek's brother over there for effort from first base. I mean, he's going after everything, no matter how foul it is. It's good to see.
One ball, 2 strikes to Vogel. Horton and Burrington to follow. Bezdicek. Long look in here. Will step off. And the batter, Vogel, steps out.
Quick Vogel asked for time, and the ump said no, it was too late. And then Bezdicek kind of gave him the break.
1-2 inside. 2-2. This one hit slowly to the right side. Fisher no problem with though, and makes the throw. The first to retire Vogel.
You know, I talked to Bezdicek, talking about Bezdicek in that 3rd or 4th with a lot of pitches, thinking that might have been it, but he's just been cruising ever since then. You know, this is a couple key. What you got to look at too in the 6th and 7th here. You're facing the, you know, 5, 6. You want to try to not let anybody on base, so you don't have to get back to that top of the lineup if you go to extra innings or anything else in the 7th.
Horton, first pitch strike. to walk in a couple of bats. It's this one the opposite way. Will it get down fair? It's caught instead by Perna in right at the line for out number 2.
It's a great jump on the ball by Perna. They must have been shading him to the right side there for sure. Holy cow. I mean, he was 5 steps off the line.
Quickly 2 up and 2 down. And now Burrington the batter. Well, that one hit him.
That's just not what you want to do here. You know, obviously it wasn't intentional, but you just do not want base runners. Yeah, that stings. Burrington's a tough kid, though. That's not. He's a tough football player. He's a good corner for them. That's not going to affect him.
Bezicek's walked a couple of batters. That's the first batter he's hit today. I don't know if that's going to be the end here or no. Bezicek will get a chance to finish the inning here.
I don't know if the Orioles have anybody in the bullpen or not right now. Or they'll maybe bring somebody from the field in.
Osseo with one more game this week. They'll play at Elk River Saturday afternoon.
Looks like number 20 Johnson's up.
Dan Johnson getting some work in. Maybe will come in here. Bezicek falters, gets a strike call to Schultze. Oh, 1 pitch, hit out into right, and Perna diving for it, can't get to it. It'll drop in for a hit on to third as Burrington around to the bag, but hold on there. And Schultze with the hit, and the runners at the corners with 2 outs here in the 6th.
Runners at the corners, 2 away for number
Perna did a nice job knocking it down. There was just really no chance to catch that. Looks like they're shading the line with him pretty good, too.
Maple Grove's next game comes Monday at home against Spring Lake Park. First pitch strike to Jaden Roll. He's 1 for 2.
You know, I never like to give up free bases, but in this situation, do not throw this down if he steals. More important to keep that runner at third. I'm assuming Coach Carlson's going to do something here. There he goes.
Runner is going. They throw to third instead. Got him at third. And they were expecting just what you said. Burrington got too far off the bag, and Wolfel throwing down to third, and they get the runner, and the side are retired. Great defensive play by the Orioles, and they get out of the 6th with nothing hurt. No runs on a hit. 1 left for Maple Grove. We go to the bottom of the 6th. Maple Grove 3, Osseo 2.
You watch Channel 12 at home. Why not on the go? Channel 12 is online at 12.tv. Watch on your phone, on your tablet. Channel 12 is your local source wherever you go. Just log on to 12.tv. Check out our videos, subscribe to our YouTube channel, follow us on Twitter, like us on Facebook, and even watch live events via live stream. So don't wait. Stay up to date with Channel 12 and 12.tv, your local source.
So, I'm kind of new here, but I've noticed a trend. My human does this funny thing where she goes around and gets all my toys, and then she hides them in that basket by the door. You know, but it's always the same basket, and it's always in the same place. And then she acts so surprised when I find them, but, you know, she's putting them in the same basket. Again. It's like, hello, that's where you put it last time. You were the worst at hide and go seek.
Yep.
And Darren, new pitcher coming on for Osseo.
Number 20.
For Maple Grove.
Maple Grove, number 22, Joe Kimmick. Looks like a junior. Big, tall lefty here.
Kimmick on the season has worked 2 2/3 innings. No wins, no losses. Does have a save already, and a run average of 0.00. So Horton works the first 5 innings. Gave up 6 hits and 2 runs. And now Kimmick in to face Justin Clark to start the Osseo 6th.
Looks like they move Horton from the mound over to first base. The Orioles need to get something here. You never want to go to the 7th if possible, but here goes.
Kimmick's first pitch, outside corner for a strike. That one low, 1-1 to Clark.
You know, it's early in the spring here. The field looks pretty nice. It's looks like they've done some work to it, and you know, it's not super green yet, but that's just Mother Nature. But everything else looks pretty good here for April.
1-1 pitch from Kimmick, low, 2-1. Said they'd replace the infield, right? Last summer.
Yeah, last summer they regraded and got all new sod in there, and looks great.
There's a look at it there, 2-1, and that one's outside, 3-1.
You know, if you're a Clark here, you do whatever you can to get on the base. You lean into a pitch, you take ball 4. You need base runners here in the 6th.
This one grounded right side, and McMahon had to run over towards second. His throw is low to the bag and gets out of play to go as a 2-base error, and on to second goes Clark. And again, it rushes throw a little bit, threw low, and it got by Horton.
Great play by McManus to get to it, set his feet, and just threw a little bit low.
So Clark reaches on an error. He represents the tying run down at second.
I'm not a baseball coach, but I'm assuming a bunt is coming here to move him up as the tying run, but we'll see.
Woelfel's 1 for 2 on the day. And the green light to swing on that one, and takes it for strike 1.
I wonder if he was taking a strike there. We'll see if the bunt comes now.
He made a great play defensively there in that last half inning.
Great call on that. I mean, he just looked like he was snap throwing down to second, and he just crossed his body with a perfect dart down to third. Lyons made a great tag.
Now is show bunt, but the pitch high out of the strike zone. 1-1 now to Woelfel. Time is called now, and then Crimson are going to talk about defensively what they want to do and be ready for that tying run out at second base.
Might have been a time clock on the coach walking out there. He's quite slow there. If I was the ump, I'd say, hey, get a little giddy up in that step. It's getting cold. Coach Carlson would have probably sprinted out there. He's an intense guy.
All right, great ball game here this afternoon. 3 runs, 4 hits, a couple of errors for Maple Grove. 2 runs, 6 hits, 1 error for Osseo. They've got the tying run out at second. 1-1 count. Joe Woelfel with Justin Clark down at second base. Joey Kimmick is on come on in relief here in the bottom half of the 6th for Maple Grove, trying to preserve the lead.
Tough spot for a freshman to be in here. See if he can get the bunt down.
Out of the strike zone, 2-1. Kimmick's a junior. Our third left-handed pitcher of the day. Long look by Woelfel down. Coach Gribner in the coaching box now steps back in. Throw down to second, and he gets away from Collins into right center field, and Clark will hang on.
Probably the right call by Clark. Maybe he would have had a shot, but once again, we do not, or you do not want to make the first out at first or third.
Well, especially this late in the game, that's your tying run out there. You don't want to get him thrown out at third.
First or third out at third, absolutely not.
Clark wise to hang on there. Now the 2-1 pitch in the dirt, and he's swung at it, and it's a strike. 2-2. It would have been ball 3. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
I gotta say, I'm surprised that not bunting here.
Just a little bit high. 3-2.
Coach Grubner's showing a lot of confidence in the 9th grade hitter here, and he's kind of, you know, he's earned it, I guess, what he's done so far today.
Kimmick's pitch, foul the plate, so Woelfel stays alive. So 3 balls and 2 strikes. Swing and a miss. Hanging on to it is Lewis for the first out.
Great curveball by Kimmick there. He came in really nice with confidence with 2 outs, or 2 strikes. Made a great pitch.
One away, and here's Bezdicek at a sacrifice bunt in the 2nd inning, a single in the 4th. And the drive-in Clark with the tying run here in the 6th. Kimmick another throw down to 2nd. McMahon with the tag with 2 late. Lewis blocking that one. First pitch ball.
Good patience by Bezdicek there. Really nice, not, you know, jumping out in front on that curveball.
Come on, Matt.
1-0, ripped out into left field. Playing in enough was Matheson. That stays in the air. Bezdicek is out. 2 down.
Wow, he hit that right on the screws. That's an atom ball for sure. Boy, that left fielder is uptight.
1 out, 2 away from left fielder number 8.
Well played defensively by Maple Grove. Some batters, maybe some days that drops in, but Matheson really didn't have to move in too far from where he was playing to record that out. So now 2 down. Clark still at 2nd. And Chad Weaver the batter. He makes first pitch just inside 1-0.
Maple Grove's doing a nice job of keeping Clark close at 2nd there. You know, that's a big part of it here. Keep him there, or on a ground ball, you can maybe have a chance to throw him out at the plate.
Time called, steps out. Now Weaver back into the box. .1-0 pitch. Foul of the plate, 1-1. Now Osseo last inning had a runner at 3rd with 1 out, couldn't get the run in. The runner at 2nd with nobody out this inning, hoping not to have the runner again stranded in. McMahon's glove for the 3rd out, lined hard by Weaver, but right to Mason McMahon, who drifted over to first to make the catch, and the side retired for Osseo in the 6th. No runs, no hits, 1 error and 1 left on. We go to the 7th inning. It's Maple Grove 3, Osseo 2 more. High school baseball from the Northwest Suburban Conference on 12 Sports in a moment.
My new mom and I have a lot in common.
The great outside.
We both love the outdoors.
So shiny.
That's not a flower. We both love geology.
Oh, look. An igneous one.
That's not a rock. And she knows a lot about wildlife.
A labradoodle.
That's not a dog. Hanging out has been kind of fun.
You don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. Thousands of kids in foster care will take you just as you are.
Top half of the 7th inning. Joey Kimmick will get his first at-bat of the game, hitting in the number 7 spot where Jaden Roll had been.
Boy, Bezicek's impressed me. He's getting a chance for a complete game here and getting ahead of hitters every time.
He's ahead on Kimmick, 2 strikes.
We say 7, 8, 9 this inning right now?
Yeah.
So that's, you do not want base runners on if you can at all afford it, if you're Osseo here.
Grounded to second. Fisher up with it. Throws to Matt Bezicek at first and 1 away as Kimmick's retired to start the 7th.
1 away, nobody on for number 4.
Well pitched game on both sides here.
Yes,
not,
absolutely.
You know, a couple of walks, but not a lot.
Really impressed with both teams early in the year here. You know, usually you see a lot of kicks and walks and errors, and there's just been a well-played game.
Drew Lewis, first pitch swinging. It's it hard but foul. 1 strike. A couple of fly balls to center for the Crimson catcher in his 2 at-bats today. Bezicek's pitch to him. Another ball about in the same place. 2 strikes.
He's been way out in front the last couple times. You might want to pull the cord here if you can with either some high heat or a looping outside curveball.
Bezicek's 0-2 outside, 1-2. It's low, and it's 2-2. Bezicek with just 2 strikeouts in the game. Struck out Brandt to start the game and Roll in the 4th. This one in play, hit out in the air to right. Fern is there. 2 down. And the batter's Austin Matheson. Matheson with a single and a run scored in 2 at-bats. This one hit out in the air into right center. That's going to hit the gap. Go all the way toward the fence, digging for second, and in with a stand-up double is Austin Matheson.
He is hitting the ball this year for a 9 hitter. I don't know how long he's going to be in the 9 hole if he keeps doing that.
2 away for number 12, the center fielder Adam Brandt. We're at the top of the order.
First extra base hit today. Matheson down at second with 2 outs. And to the top of the order in Adam Brandt.
You know, this has been the difference today. You know, Maple Grove's got a couple hits with 2 outs and got a couple guys across, and Osseo's hit the ball at people. We'll see if Brandt can keep that going.
1 ball and no strikes to Brandt. 1 for 3 with a run batted in today. Up high, 2-0. Collins is on deck.
You know, Brandt is committed to St. Thomas. They got a nice player in that. He had a couple scholarship offers and turned him down to go to St. Thomas.
For football.
Yeah, playing football. Yep, he's going to play football there. Definitely not. I saw him play some basketball once in a while. Doesn't shoot it very well, let me tell you.
2-1 pitch hit in the air out to right center field. Alexander is there, makes the catch. And Maple Grove is out in the 7th inning. So Bezdicek, the 2-out double doesn't hurt them. 1 hit for Maple Grove. They leave 1. Go to the bottom of the 7th. Last chance for Osseo. Our score, Maple Grove 3, Osseo 2.
I got this new family, and I don't know what it is about this one, but she can't seem to put down that toy all day long. Tap, 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 tap. Oh, and she even talks to it. She talks to that more than she talks to him. What's up, bro? Nice shirt. Who's she talking to? Her mom? She talks to her mom a lot.
Mom, can we get some ice cream? Please, Mom, please.
No, we're having dinner soon.
Please.
You don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. There are thousands of children in foster care who will take you just as you are.
Joey Kimmick's trying to earn his 2nd save of the season for Maple Grove. He'll carry a 3-2 lead into the bottom half of the 7th inning. Rudy Alexander, Stephen Fisher, and Eric Lyons, the scheduled hitters for the Orioles.
You know, with the wind blowing in, you're not going to get this game tied in one swing. So these guys got to do whatever they can, Osseo, to try to get on the base paths.
Yeah. 1 ball to Alexander, who got the bat back. And a check with the first base umpire, didn't go. And it is 1-0 to Alexander as a walk and a run scored in 2 at-bats. This pitch is low, it's 2-0.
You're taking here if you're Alexander, but we'll see.
Oh, you have to.
Yeah.
2-0, right?
Yeah, not even a question.
Three balls and no strikes. And he's taking at least 1 more.
We'll have to see if he gets on here, what happens.
There's a strike. Inside quarter, 3-1.
Alexander here has got to shorten his swing a little bit and not try to drive it too far. Just put this thing in play and get on the base paths.
Outside, ball 4. Alexander has got his 2nd walk of the day. He's the tying run down at first base.
Well, your guess is mine. I would assume you'd bunt here, but I was wrong last time. So this Fisher's real smart and fast, so you might even bunt and get on with him.
Fisher, a couple of base hits and 3 at-bats. Certainly a bunting situation here with the tying run at first. Nobody out in the 7th. Fisher's showing bunt, throw to first. And Alexander back in.
I wonder with Fisher being a senior and a veteran and played a while, if they're going to let him take a strike before he bunts it. We'll see.
He does. Strike 1. You should coach baseball, Frank, there.
I did for a lot of years at Armstrong with Tony Nelson, and he taught me a lot about baseball, but I'm enjoying coaching one sport right now.
So the first, Gordon has to come off the bag to grab that.
I shouldn't say that. I coach girls 6th and 4th grade basketball sometimes, so that's a big part of it too.
Come on, Fish. Oh, yeah, tie that shoe. Yeah, I'm good.
Alexander tying his shoe down at first base. Now he's set to go.
Here we are.
1 strike to Fisher. Alexander, the tying run at first here in the bottom of the 7th. Joey Kimmick, his second inning of work. Fisher fouling at the plate. 2 strikes.
I think he was butting for a base hit rather than just getting that down right there. We got to get that down. Now it's anybody's call. Do you let him bunt anymore or not? You know, obviously, if he tries to bunt, it's foul. It's an out. So.
I still think if you have enough confidence in him as a bunter, you maybe do. But he's going to hit away. Hits it his second. It does the same kind of job. It's not a sacrifice technically, but it works the same. Vogel playing in, able to make the throw to Horton to retire Fisher, and on to second goes Alexander.
I'm assuming Alexander was off and running there on the 0-2 count, so otherwise that would have been not an easy double play, but it would have been possible another one.
So Alexander is at second, 1 out, and now the batter is Eric Lyons. Got a hit in 3 at-bats today.
Well, this is kind of what you want if you're Osseo. You got your 2-3 hitters up right now and a chance to tie the game.
Here's pitch is low.
I'm not understanding the fake bunt out of Lyons here unless he's taking a strike, but maybe that's what he's doing.
Pitch inside, 2-0.
I definitely don't give him the take sign here. 2-0 is a great hitter's count. Look for something to drive, though. Do not swing at an off-speed pitch. You know, especially Maple Grove knows there's a base open, so I'm assuming he's not going to give him anything down the heart to hit.
Lyons steps out. Two balls, no strikes to Eric Lyons. Joey Kimmick's pitch, sliced foul, 2-1.
That was a good hack by Lyons. Good pitch by Kimmick, too. Come back, was 2-0. He didn't want to go 3-0. Did a nice job of throwing one on the outside half, not totally down the middle.
2-1 pitch to Lyons. Hit foul, 2-2.
Thanks, number 1.
Two balls, 2 strikes to Lyons. Alexander down at second. 1 out here in the Osseo 7th. Maple Grove trying to hold on to this 3-2 lead.
Left fielder Maple Grove is playing uptight, so is the right fielder and center fielder, I suppose, with the wind blowing in. So a single does not score him for sure at all.
Called strike 3. Lyons thought that was outside and not happy with the cold strike, and he's out number 2.
We're second, 2 away for number 1, the shortstop, Ben Christopherson.
And leaves it up to Ben Christopherson.
You know, it's close, but you got to be hacking with 2 strikes there up there.
Christopherson has got a hit in 3 at-bats. Last chance for the Orioles. Kimmick steps off. First pitch, and away, ball 1.
Kimmick's throwing some nice curveballs at these guys, and that's key. It keeps you off balance. You can sneak a fastball by somebody. You don't have to have that fast of a fastball, but if you can throw the curveball over, that's huge.
Hit foul, 1-1. Kimmick, 1-1 pitch to Christopherson. Side 2-1. Christopherson gets on and would bring up Cameron Perna.
Go back. Go, Benny. Come on, Glenn. Go, Uno.
if you're Christopherson here, you look for one pitch and one pitch only. Something down the middle or off late with a fastball and drive it.
Kimmick's pitch is a strike, 3-2. And the Orioles down to their last strike. 3-2 pitch, hit in the air, out to center. Brandt back, now in a few steps, makes the catch, and the ball game is over. Osseo, the last 3 innings, getting runners in scoring position and unable to bring them in after that first run had scored in the 5th. And Maple Grove hangs on, Darren, for a 3-2 win.
Very well played game by both teams early in the season. You know, it's a good thing to see both teams playing. You know, there's only 2 errors today in the whole game. Osseo had 0 errors, and it was a impressive game. I was impressed by both pitchers, Horton and Besnicek, and they did a really nice job. And it's just a fun baseball game to watch today. Well played.
Besnicek goes the distance, takes the loss. Horton goes the first 5 innings, gets the win. Kimmick the last 2 innings, picks up the save. We'll take a break. We'll come back with more here from Memorial Field at Osseo. Our final score, Maple Grove beats Osseo 3-2, the final.
So, I got this new family, and I don't know what it is about this one, but she can't seem to put down that toy all day long. Tap, 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 tap. Talks to it. She talks to that more than she talks to him. What's up, bro? Nice shirt. Who's she talking to? Her mom? She talks to her mom a lot.
Last call for the dollar.
Welcome back to Osseo, where Maple Grove defeats Osseo 3-2 today in prep baseball. John Jacobson back with you at Memorial Field, joined by Austin Matheson and Charlie Horton. Charlie pitched first 5 innings today, got the win. For you guys, having played a doubleheader yesterday, how important was it for you and your team to get out there and get a quality start and put a lot of innings in?
Well, you know, it was really huge because yesterday we had 2 games. We're tired. We're exhausted. We come out today. We didn't start out the greatest, but we stuck with it and we got the W. That's the important thing.
For you, what was working today pitch-wise?
I thought I really located my fastball well, and then I got some quality off-speed pitches over for strikes, and I got him to ground out and strike out a few times.
How much do you enjoy games like this that are close? I'm sure in some ways you enjoy the 10-0 games where you get a tight game, a close game early in the season.
You know, this is really good for prepping us for playoff baseball, where every game is going to be close. I mean, all the teams are going to play are going to be good, so this is really good preparation for that.
A good week, a good start for you guys, 4-1. How much fun is this?
This is a lot of fun. It's a big turn from last year where we didn't start off that well, but this year we're really confident, we're playing well, and we're excited to see what comes ahead.
Congratulations on the win today.
Thank you very much.
Austin, a couple hits for you, a run scored, RBI today. Tell me about today's effort and the win over Osseo.
You know, we fought hard, I guess. We didn't start off too well, like Charlie was saying. I was saying to you, like, we weren't as aggressive as we were against Champlin. We were watching a lot of, like, first pitch fastballs. And I think, you know, one thing we're going to have to work on every time is keeping that aggressiveness every single game and keeping the offense going.
You were aggressive on the bases. You know, that's how you picked up your first run. I know that's always kind of a hallmark of Maple Grove teams. You guys talk about that and work on that a lot in practice and try to bring that to games and take advantage of your speed.
Yeah, I mean, that's a big thing of Maple Grove. We're known for stolen bases and known for the small ball bunting, all that stuff. And really, you know, it does pay off. You know, you get runners into scoring position and stuff, and one base hit will score them.
You talked about today not necessarily being as aggressive as the team hitting-wise, but this a team that has the ability to hit. Are you going to score some runs this year?
Oh, I think so. We definitely have the bats 1 through 9 that can all hit. If we all just, you know, have the right mentality, any of us can hit up and down the lineup, so I think we'll be in good shape.
With one game exception, seems like the pitching has been pretty good this season. How do you look at that? And obviously, pitching can take you a long way in the year.
Yeah, you know, pitching's probably the biggest thing in the game of baseball. We got the pitchers; they hit their spots and stuff. I think we just need to work on getting ahead in pitches so that we can mix speeds better and, you know, kind of keep the batters guessing more, I guess.
congratulations on the win today. Good luck the rest of the season.
Thank you. Thank you.
Maple Grove Crimson get a win today on the road against their rivals Osseo 3-2. They improve to 4-1 on the season. They'll have the weekend off, and then they have their next game coming up on Monday. Osseo drops to 0-3. They'll play at Elk River on Saturday. That'll do it for our telecast today from Memorial Field. For Darren Lampker and all of our crew, I'm John Jacobson. Thanks for tuning in for our coverage of high school baseball today on 12 Sports.